Good evening everyone and welcome to another tournament stream. Woo! Today we will be watching the upper bracket from the final stages and then the lower bracket, and then tomorrow we have the grand finals. But first let's get some house cleaning out of the way. Basically there's a 3-minute delay on this stream. That is to avoid any stream sniping happening there. You can get rewards for watching this stream if you're from the EU server. You need to go to the portal link that I pinned in the chat. Make sure that you are logged in, make sure that you've accepted your cookies, and make sure to click away the pop-up thing that will pop up at 8 PM sharp. The timers will run from 8 PM to 10 past 10 PM, my time that is. But yeah, I will be streaming until the timer stops working. That is nothing I can do about that. It's basically, I would stream for longer to give everyone all the rewards, but that's literally not possible. The timer's cut off at 10 past 10, so after that, nothing I can do. Furthermore, you're free to speak your own language in the chat, of course, as long as you are polite and civil and just play nice. But if you have any questions for me, you will have to ask them in English, otherwise I will not be able to understand them. So this is the top 4 that we have in the EU server, and yesterday we saw that TQT got knocked out, but we still have Appa, Rejects and Aqua left to duke it out and make their way to the grand final. So really looking forward to that. The matches tonight should be great because we have Appa versus Rejects, and then after that whoever loses that versus Aqua. So that's both of those matches are going to be epic to watch. So really looking forward to that. I'm waiting for the timer of the room to drop below 3 minutes, which is only a few seconds out. And then we can go into the room. The reason that I do not go into the room earlier is of course because of that 3-minute delay, because if I were to join beforehand, then people could potentially see the lineups that people are using, and I do not want that to happen. So basically, a little bit of backstory. Rejects names himself Rejects. I've actually been struggling to say that name on stream because it feels like I'm insulting them, because it is of course an insult. And to me, they're nothing of the sort. They're very OP players. They're honestly fantastic. I've watched them play in earlier stages, and it's been a joy to watch what they can do. But I did actually have a talk with one of the members, Vano, and he explained to me like where the name come from. And it's basically, it's a bit of a meme. They were called Rejects by someone, and they kind of drew strength from that. And I can relate to that because basically my clan is called the Gold Noob Association. And that actually comes from a quote that one of my in the clan that I used to be, there was a guy that made a few quotes basically about like that we're trying to deliver gold shells everywhere and everything and divide them equally and stuff. So that was kind of a meme as well. But that is our name now because it fits. When we left my previous clan, GNA was what we went with. So yeah, I do get taking something that is not entirely meant that way and making it yours and owning it basically. So that is kind of what they're doing. It's of course it's not the same as my clan, that's different. But what I mean is that I can understand taking something that's been potentially used against you and then turning it around and making it your strength. So yeah, that is where the name Rejects come from. Of course, like I said, they're not Rejects in any way, shape or form. They're OP players, fantastic team, and really looking forward to seeing their matches. They do need a 7th player though. That would help matters. Appa on the other hand, well-known clan, has been around for years, has been incredibly strong in the last couple of seasons, and a joy to watch as well. Basically, we now see them taking 2 IS-7s, 4 60 DPs and a Super Conqueror for Port Bay. Rejects has gotten their 7th player. They're taking the German Steel, 3 VK-72s and a mouse, along with an E5 is Streetwagen K and an AMX-54. I call the Streetwagen Ks often Steves, but that's because that's just a lot shorter than basically Streetwagen K would be to pronounce. That being said, like I said, if you want to get rewards, make sure to watch through the portal, make sure that you're logged in, accepted your cookies, and that you clicked away the pop-up that started at 8 PM. With the 3-minute delay, you will hear this in a few minutes, but for me the pop-up is about to pop up. And here we go, into the first game of this evening. Let's see, so many 60 TPs. And there's a lot, well, neither of these teams is up for elimination just yet. Basically, it is a double elimination system, meaning that you need to lose twice in order to actually lose. Appa heading towards the base A section in full, where we have rejects splitting up their forces, with Coil going behind the building, possibly to overlook base A. Appa is taking their positions, being careful where they drive through the walls, because this is the thing. The walls that they're driven through are invisible from this side, and that's done with on purpose. Elmiri and Uni have been spotted, so is Coil though. Uni losing quite a bit of HP there already. No bases have been kept. Blind shots are being fired at where Slobin and Bot to be are. They know that someone is there, they just don't know who. Object 3 took a hit for that. Tonikawa is holding behind base B. We have the V case in the hill here, waiting for attack. Because this is the thing. It's German steel, but at the same time, they've got a lot of armor. Elmiri getting spotted again. Has shot. But while we have a bit of a stalemate happening, base C is being kept now, but that's unprotected, so I have a feeling we do see the Slipwagen and the MX-54 moving around, but likely that's not going to do much. No, we have the VKs now moving as well. But they're taking defensive positions. Uni spots Bot to be. Slobin going through the river, going for the first shots. And Slobin takes a shot as well. We have, of course, Ventium shooting people as he goes and does no damage there just yet, though. Base A is being capped. We have base B so far unprotected, but the Tonikawa did take damage here. Base B is being stolen. Ventium drops down. And so far, Uni is still alive. Takes a huge hit there, though. But he manages to escape with his life for now. He might not make it. He's actually being ignored. Tonikawa got taken out. Ukrainian Leo dropped down. I'm not sure if they meant to do this. Ukrainian Leo. Bit too forwards here. And taking lots of hits that he did not necessarily need to take. Coil in the harbor actually gets rammed. We have a VK-72 just ammo racking a 60p. That's definitely working in their advantage. Uni gets taken out. Both teams have lost 2 tanks now. Lots of low HP targets on both sides. Ventium gets taken out with a ram. And now we have Slobin taking out Yennefer. And that gives rejects a big gun advantage here. They're now bloodthirsty, going after Object 3. Object 3 is angling. Does get taken out there. And now we have Lost behind there, who does get a shot into Bot to B. But now he's basically surrounded by enemies. One of 2 last players of Appa. And the first game will be for the rejects. Proving again that if they're anything, they're not rejects. Slobin actually takes that hit. Takes that kill. We have Elmiri now going in for the hug. And he does get the kill there. Playmaker moving in. But it's Flytix that actually takes them out. And like I said, the first game is for rejects. And that sounds so wrong. And that's exactly why I'm against a team name like this. Aww. But they're proving they're anything but. Of course, we have level 2 trading. Always happy to see Amorex. He's stalking the chat, waiting to see who's getting Amorex. And he did already get one. Even though I did not have it on screen, it did happen. I actually really like the kill icons that we have nowadays, because it actually shows how someone dies. If they get shot, whether they get set on fire, whether they're basically drowned or cheat themselves, whether they get rammed to death. It tells a lot more than just, oh, that player died. So I'm a big fan of that. So we now have Appa getting ready with 2 IS7s, 4 Steves, and an E5. Rejects switching their tanks around. Going for 2 AMX 54s, 2 Steves, a 215B, and it's another AMX 54 and an IS7. 44 seconds left to go. Anything can still happen. Just to reiterate, if you want to get rewards, you have to watch through the portal, make sure that you are logged in, that you've accepted your cookies, and that you clicked away the pop-up. And then basically the timer should work and you should get rewards. It takes a few hours after the stream for the rewards to get credited to your account. So take that into account as well. So yeah, 15 seconds left to go before we go into the second game of this best of 7. Anything can still happen, no match points just yet. And let's see. So many Steves for Appa. And this is the thing though, like, I've sort of ranted about this before. I'm not a fan of tanks that you've paid for to be meta. And no, the Steve is not OP at all. But it is very meta. And for a lot of people, it took a lot of money to get. Let's see. Elmiri activating the speed boost. Heading towards the base C-Style Uni, also using a speed boost. That is interesting though on its own. Like, I'm always curious about the equipment and the provisions that people take here. Base B being cheekily capped, Tonikawa immediately taking a hit. They might still get away with capping it though. But after that, they might be a little bit isolated, so that might be a huge risk. Last getting shot at. Also shooting, but not hitting. And now I have Uni almost reloaded. Hits being exchanged. And now they're retreating to get behind the building. Tonikawa gets tracked there. And we see that Rejects is now also going for base A. Fantium bleeding a little bit. And let's see. And Appa seems surprisingly lost here. Coil taking a hit, but so did Kitsune. HP wise, there's barely a shot between them. Lots of people on the ramps. Base A now being taken. Playmaker trying to see if he can get away with that, but Lost is arriving there to keep that from happening. And oh, he does get it! That shot did not go in. And that gives Rejects a nice advantage here. Playmaker taking it as he leaves the place. And now base A and B are both, well, not necessarily protected, but looked over, because now we have bot to B in the harbor there to overlook base A and decap it if needed. Base B is very in the open, will always be very tricky to get. Slobin repositioning themselves, being careful not to hit that tree, because the thing is, at this stage, anything is information. So if you knock down a tree, that's information. We have Rejects now pushing into the middle, going after Last, who does not take all that many hits for that. Appa going for base B. And now there's a bit of crossfire happening. We of course have Vantium alone, but Tonikawa is not looking too healthy, and Object 3 is behind there as well. Tonikawa drops down. And we have Coil moving in object 3 now as well. There's a big disadvantage here, HP wise, for rejects. Uni is the first one to go. We're missing a whole battle because there's so much happening here. Last gets tracked there. Tonikawa gets taken out. Playmaker is set on fire. He does take out Last. Ventium is gone. And with that they are at 1k points and the match is for rejects. Appa seems to be a bit lost right now. This is not the very strong Appa that we've seen plenty of times before this season. Making mistakes that are... honestly, it's not like them. One minute 20 seconds left to go before we go into the third match of this best of 7. Anything can still happen, no match point for either team just yet. And Appa is now ready for Desert Sands with 2 Super Conquerors, 3 Steves, an E5 and 1 60 TP. And on the other side, on our side, we also see the 1-to-1 Bs being taken out, together with a 60 TP, 3 Steves, and potentially a third 1-to-1 B, depending on if bot to be readies up in that. Apparently the blue counter on stream is being a bit glitchy for some people. For me it was doing that yesterday and didn't get my grades either. But it seems to be working alright just now. So maybe if that happens to you, refresh the site. And just make sure that you've got your cookies accepted and stuff like that. 20 seconds left to go before we go into the third game. And then we'll see what happens. Different map usually means different mindset as well. It sort of hits like a refresh button as well, because you can go fresh into a new map with new tactics, new tanks, and everything. Well, honestly, we do see very similar tanks, but you know what I mean. And let's see. 60p spawning in the desert, not sure if that was what they wanted, but they're making use of it. And we see all of rejects going into town, whereas all of Appa is going into the desert. Last takes some hits, is crossing over. And we see blind shots happening in return as well, but no one has actually been spotted. We now have stick wagons and Coil turning around to cap the base. And they might have expected to see more people in town. Uni and Last are spotted right now. And Rejects is actually starting with a bit of a point disadvantage now. Flytix has to be careful, does get spotted there. And all those crossfire shots can be very, very deadly. I'm still waiting for the day that one of the tour players actually summons the worm. And now all big hits into Flytix. That's a very risky move, especially when it's not even at the beginning anymore. Yennefer taking a hit there. But Flytix has lost a lot of HP getting to the desert. And this is very tricky because we have all of Rejects tanks. All of Appa's tanks in the desert. And we have now 2 Steves coming into the middle. Bit of bleeding happening. And now we have Appa responding. Going for potentially the weakest link. By going into the middle. And going after the Steves. Immediately we have the 1-to-1 Bs responding to that. Focus fire is not quite there. Ukrainian Leo has lost more HP. Is losing more HP as he goes. And now they're just basically going into the middle. Uni takes the kill. Ventium and Slobin also go. Bot to B being focused in the desert. Jennifer taking a big hit from Flytix there. And bot to B is also gone. That is a 2-gun advantage for Appa. Playmaker not looking too healthy either in town. There goes Playmaker. 3-gun advantage. Only 3 players left from Rejects. And this is more the Appa that I thought. But I think it's more that Rejects lost this than that Appa won this. Coil goes down. Now we have Flytix being focused. Tonikawa is still in town. Might be AFK actually. Yeah, no, he's there. No, he's not AFK. I'm not sure what that is about. To be fair, at this stage, he can't really win against this. He is continuously being tracked as well, which is not helping matters. And there he goes. Takes his head off. And the match is for Appa. Lovely little game. But I think Rejects actually going back into the desert cost them so much HP here. And it actually gave Appa the upper hand. It also split Rejects' team. With the 2 Steves in the middle. And the rest in the desert. And that allowed Appa to just capitalize on that. And take out those 2. One and a half minutes left to go before we go into the second game of Desert Sands. Appa taking 4 Steves, and 2 i7s and an E5. Whereas on the other side we see the AMX-54 being brought out a lot. There too, to be honest, that's also a premium collectible tank. And I say them both because for me it's on the same category. It's a pay tank. You pay to get it. And again, it's not OP, but I'm not a fan of that being meta. Same with the 121B, to be fair. At least they all got plenty of premium tanks. So it's not like it's unfairly divided or anything. Rejects now taking 4 AMX-54s. And 113, a Steve, and a 121B. There's exactly 1 Tech 3 tank in there. Oh well. I do like the tanks though. I like all of them. Steve is actually a very lovely little tank. But like I said, it's not OP at all. But for the tools, it just has enough to make it work very nicely in a lot of situations. Very versatile. And here we go. We're ready to go into the 4th game. No match points just yet for either side. And let's have a look. Most of Appa sporting the Appa avatar as well. That would be like a thing. I have when I have a camo I want to use that on everything. And it's the same with an avatar. I find it hard to change it. So if I were to ever get a clan logo as an avatar, I would never be able to use any avatar ever again. Uni gets spotted. Shots being fired. No damage has been done just yet. We have Slobin in the middle. More shots being fired, but no damage has been done yet. Lost. Getting into the base without losing any HP for it. And Appa is not capping. Appa is going. Oh, Coil losing a whole crap ton of HP there. He's not going to survive this. Too many tanks in too many directions. And he goes out first. And Appa is now going after Tonikawa. As they cross over into the desert. They're shooting the AMXs. They have a gun advantage now. Object 3 is not looking too healthy overall. Kitsune crossing over to shoot flight ticks. Kitsune losing a lot of HP very quickly. Focus fire is not quite there for Appa. And now we have Object 3. Oh, there goes flight ticks. Object 3 is still alive. Nearly gone though. Manages to not get rammed there. And we have Ukrainian Leo. Playmaker actually does take him out. But so far that is one gun gone for 3 of rejects. Ukrainian Leo goes down to Elmiri. And you can see that they were like on voice. I've got him. Playmaker. Almost gone. Gets set on fire. And that's... he survives with 115 but then gets shot by Uni. And now it's just Schlobin that is left. And we have Lost arriving there to make him take his head off. And again, this was a very chaotic mess, really. It wasn't really a tactical game. I'm not sure. Well, it is a brawl, but I'm not sure if you can call it like a proper brawl. Because everyone was going everywhere and everyone was shooting everyone. Focus fire was not quite there except for the first tank, but that did give Appa the gun advantage straight away. So now, the score is 2-2. Anything can still happen. No match point for either team just yet. In the meantime, there's some... I'm not sure. There's a whole story being told in the chat apparently. But yeah, 1 minute left to go. We are going on to Naval Frontier. We have Appa taking 4 Steves, 2 IS-7s and a Super Conqueror. And on Rejects' side, we see 2 Steves so far and an IS-4. A VK-90. Engets has gone offline. There's more to that name, I know there is. 30 seconds left to go. They do need to ready up though. Yesterday, apparently one of the DQT players had a lag spike and he couldn't ready up in time again. And he missed the game and that made TQT have to play a 6 versus 7. But now, there we go, an MX-54 and 2 Kranwagens have been added to the list. Just in time. And we go into the 5th game of this best of 7. And let's have a look. Missing some key players here and there though. Appa heading towards the base C side. Sending Amiri to the middle with a bit of a notch from last. Rejects going C and B with bot to B all the way going to the corner. That can always be very risky because he would be alone there. At the same time though, no one's there. No one's been spotted just yet. Lost has been spotted. Coil has been spotted. So has Kitsune. And basically a lot of people have been spotted now. Coil takes a hit. But he might get away with capping the base. Now we have Lost actually taking a position to make sure that it doesn't happen. Uni lands a shot. Ingetsu in the middle. Shots being fired, but so far only Coil has taken significant damage. Takes more damage now also from Elmiri, which is in a very tricky position. He's between a rock and a hard place. He can't go back or he'll get shot. He can't go forward or he'll get shot. And now we have... Look at where Elmiri is though. That is such a cheeky position. And they're letting him have it too. Uni being farmed. Appa now pushing in. They're going after Coil and Ngetsu. Playmaker arriving. Kitsune losing a lot of HP. And Getsu here does get a shot into Ilmiri, but Loss is almost reloaded. And does not take him out. He goes for Kitsune and... Oof. Of course he went for Engetsu there, but Engetsu and Koyo are both gone now. Lost putting back a little bit. We have Playmaker in the middle. In a tricky position now. Needs to pull back. My camera is derping. That's also not helping. We have the Steves and the I7 versus 2 Steves in the hill. And they want Object 3 and they want Jennifer. Those are their preferred targets. They're hoping to hug him to death. He does go down. But Schlobin is almost gone as well. And there he goes. Object 3. Oof, we have Ukrainian Leo arriving at the back. Object 3 has been set on fire. He's almost gone. Gets taken out there. And now we have Uni turning around. And together with Lost, engage. They're almost getting in each other's way there now. 4v3. Tonikawa almost gone. That shot did not pen. That shot did not pen either. Bottaby is gone. So is Tonikawa. And now it's just Ukrainian Leo left. And let's have a look. He's not going to survive this. Way too many tanks left. He might take a kill or two. Like trying to get Uni, which he does. He does get him. Ventium, of course, very low on HP as well. He might still get a shot in. But as soon as he fires... It's actually Ventium that takes the kill. Surviving with a grand total of 12 HP there. Kranwagens, there's nothing wrong with Kranwagens. We just don't see them all that often anymore now. But in certain maps, certain positions, they can still do really well. But yeah, the DPM of the Kran is not really fantastic. This was a relatively close game. Again, very chaotic, very not tactical, to be fair. And now Appa is up for potential match point. If they win the next game, then they are through to the grand finals tomorrow. Whereas Rejects would have to win 2 more for that to happen. We are getting ready for the second game on Naval Frontier, the 6th game in this best of 7. Appa getting ready with 4 Steves, a Super Conqueror, a 60p, and potentially an IS-7 if Uni readies up in that. And Rejects is taking an LT, an E6, 2 Steves, an IS-4, a 60p, and whatever Flytix is taking. They still have 48 seconds. Uni going for the IS-4. Flytix being moved out potentially. No, he's back in the Kranwagen as well. And let's see, he's not readied up again. See, this... Like I said, it always makes me nervous, because imagine if at this stage you get that lags back and you miss out on the battle as a whole. Like, even if you have a little lag, it's better to be in the battle than out of it. Flytix switching to his 60p at the last 10 seconds. But let's see. Here we go. Potentially the last game. If Appa wins this, then they are through to the grand finals tomorrow. Now we have Appa splitting up a little bit. Whereas Rejects is sending their LT to the OP spotting position. Uni might get spotted there. He does get spotted there. Oh, that was a blind shot. He was not spotted there. And Getsu goes up. Not a boost spot. Even the E6 can get up there. Tonikawa taking a little bit of a hit. Okay, a little bit more of a hit there. And Appa needs to be a little careful here. Not to lose a lot of HP themselves. Tonikawa. We now have Uni moving into base B. Jennifer going for base A after making sure that no one is on that side. And that will give... No, Uni is not... Jennifer, sorry, is not actually capping base A. They are at a slight point disadvantage here, but it's ever so slight. They have about 1k, 1.5k of HP advantage here though. Shots are happening. Elmiri arriving at base A. And Uni's moving forwards. Object 3 lost a bit more HP. We now have Ukrainian Leo going for a different position. And Getsu losing HP. Object 3 in a tricky position, but does know how to shoot Engetsu there. But he's dropped down now. Elmiri being basically protected by Uni there. Goes for the cap, and that will add the pressure to rejects. Meaning that they have to do something. Flytix losing a lot of HP. We have... They are pushing. They are going after Object 3. He does take more hits. Manages to survive for now. But now we have Flytix taking him out. Tonikawa has 26 HP to be exact. And now we have Uni losing HP. And Getsu pushing on to last. Ventium hightailing it out of there. We have the Steves arriving. Coil is gone. Last moving back. But actually the two Steves are going after Kitsune, who's all alone. They are still losing quite a bit of HP because it is a super conqueror. Ukrainian Leo is arriving. But Playmaker probably takes it. No, it's actually... Ooh, that shot did not pen. And Getsu gets taken out, but so does Kitsune. It is 5v5. Elmiri almost gone. Appa is capping base C. Taking all the advantage away. Flytix... Oof, Tonikawa finally gets taken out. He lived a lot longer than I thought he would. Lost. Trying to survive. Who should be taken out by Playmaker, and he does. But we're nearing 900 points. As long as Appa survives long enough. And Ukraine Leo goes down. Oh, there we go with Flytix gone. The Appa is through to the grand finals. Very slowly building. Lots of stuff happening everywhere. Pushes one side and then the other. Basically Appa reacting on the other side. And it's the kills that make this game. Tanks disappearing. And making the points jump up or down, to be fair. But up in this case for Appa. With those last 2 kills. Sealing the deal. And making it to the grand finals. Congratulations! And of course, we have rejects that will go through to the lower bracket versus Aqua. And that will happen in about 35 minutes, thereabouts. Yeah, got it about right. So just to check, yeah, that is happening at 10 past. Aqua versus rejects. And whoever wins that has to face Appa in the grand finals tomorrow. And let's see, I've got some replays to show you. And the reason that I show you replays is because I can't play PC to save my life. So obviously I'm not going to try to do that. You will already know a bunch of them. But that is fine. What? Why would you call yourself hemorrhoid? I often wonder at the games at the names in this game, to be honest. But that is definitely one of them that makes me question everything. Of course, we are following Cheeky Squirrel. Let's see, not supremacy. I always find it like, there's this little troll thing I do. Someone posts the first class and then they're like, why is this not an ace? And then I go, it's not enough supremacy points. And then they go, yeah, but it's an encounter. And I said, my point exactly. Supremacy points help get you aces. Because the points also give you XP. So it's easier to ace a tank in supremacy than it is in encounter. So if you're at all liking that mode, then that's the mode to try and get aces in if you can. Oof, big hit into him. I was just gonna say, is he going to reload his clip? But yes he does. It's a nice little camo, it fits the tank quite nicely. Of course, I do find it peculiar that the legendary camo on this tank is actually called Stalker. Which is a bit tricky. Nice track shot. And nice track shot. Nice. Clips can really work wonders here. That's one reason why I really like clippers, to be honest. Because then you can... Well, auto-reload is even more so. Because with auto-reloaders, you generally have the choice to either clip someone or to single shot them. Except, of course, for the Minotauro line. Because then you have to take into account that the last shell is not supposed to be shot. It is a reserve shell. Again, with the tracky shots, that tiger is not going to be happy. And now he's just casually reloading. He's lost his teammate. But there's quite a few lowish HP targets there. I would not have the patience to hold here like that. I would want to get the shots in if I could. And it was just gonna say, he does have the HP to take a hit. But now he has to be careful, because now he's on the long reload. So he has to try. Oh god, he's coming. Oh my god, he missed! How did he miss that? And the Black Prince is now being blocked. And that gives our squirrel time to get away. 252U is also there, is bouncing shots. He really wants him though. Oh my god. That is not intense at all. And he does take a hit there, but he's shooting HE. Casual nearly 5k damage game here. And 1 AFK in their team. Well done. You can share a replay, but I will no longer be able to show it on stream. Because if I open Discord, then my whole laptop will die. So anything extant now, I will not be able to show on these streams anymore. But there's always next season. I always have a tool replay channel. And I use that for basically all my tour streams. A cheeky little game here, 1497 base XP. Nice little ace. Let's see, what have I got for you? I've got some games that I haven't shown that much. Let's go have a look at how our professor does. No pressure. This is, I mean, I said that the first time that I showed this replay. I don't like this tank. There's nothing wrong with the tank. It's nice, and if you know how to use hash, then it's fantastic. It's not my kind of tank. I don't like hash. I like more consistent forms of damage, and I should give it a try, because Back in the day, I also didn't like meds, and lights weren't even in the game yet then. And those are my preferred tanks right now. So, I mean, given time, I might get around to it and learn to appreciate it. So now he's holding. Concept is nicely dug in. And that's another reason that I can't really... I'm not good with being patient. I like having targets. I like shooting. So as soon as I don't have a target, I will try to move to find a target. And just hope that I'm not going to get punished for going there. Cheeky little shot there. There you go. Dio's gone. Then we have a juicy Death Star at the back there. See, that's the thing though. When the hash works, it really, really works. Nice little bounce there. Basically, the armor of a tank can be purely the mobility of the tank. If you angle or turn your tank at the right time, it's a lot easier to bounce. Just to reiterate, by the way, there are rewards for watching this stream, but you need to watch through the portal. You need to make sure that you are logged in on the portal, that you are from the EU server, because basically EU streams give EU rewards. And of course, you need to click away the pop-up. Of course, barely aimed shot goes right on in. No code, but there are portal rewards. And he's just casually farming damage here, which is working out really nicely for him. He does take a hit back. But this is the thing, when the hash works, it works so nicely. And again, with the turning just as he's getting shot at, and that makes a lot of difference. Nice. But yeah, I really need to give this tank a chance. And to drive it and see if I can get used to liking it. So now he's hesitant as to where to go. Yo goes down first. And now it's just the Death Star that is over there. Takes the hit. Lands a nice one in turn. And now goes after the kill there. AP loaded. And he does get the kill. And that's a lovely little Top Gun. In a lovely little game. I know! I know I've already shown this one though. The thing is, I'm out of new replays right now. So I'm just showing you old replays. But considering most people have only watched yesterday and today, because rewards, it's all good. I'm also very curious to hear why FG Memer thinks that my Discord, that joining my Discord is a problem. Totally not curious about that or anything. Lovely game overall. Let's have a look. We have some very OP replays as a whole. I'm not sure I've shown this one yet. I might have. But we'll see. We've got time. And after the next matchup, I probably will have to spend some time again with just showing replays to fill up the timer time, so to speak. Sheridan is also a tank that I don't really drive that much. It's nothing bad about it, just not my preferred kind of tank. I like the lower profiles more. So I like more tanks more like, well, the Spaghetti 65, Spaghetti 46 are pretty much my favorite tanks. Patiently waiting to get us target. And landing that first shot is always lovely. See, this is the thing. I always remember back in the day, I got a lot of comments about the fact that that I sniper mode so much. And the reason that I always find that funny is because of the fact that it helps. The first shot of damage that I do is almost always free damage. Because I'm already in sniper mode. Oop, a little bit of shot derp there. But yeah, I do need to try the FV402 at some point. And just see if I like it. See if I can get used to it. And make it work. Oh, that didn't pan. Kevin! He's driving around right now. Reason I say it like that, I mean, if you've ever seen the movie Up, you'll know exactly what I mean. There's a bird in the movie Up, which is absolutely fantastic. And the bird is named Kevin. Kevin is a girl, but Kevin is a bird. And it's so funny. Movie Up is fantastic, honestly. But I'm also like, whenever I hear the name Kevin, the bird is the only thing that I can think of. Oh, that shot panning, beautiful. But that's the only thing that I can think of. And I know that it's not meant like that. The reference is something else. I don't know exactly what, but it's not Kevin the bird from Up. I think he's hoping that they will peek out there. That was very needed. And he does get spotted for that. And he did get shot at, I think. Let's see. 2v4. What could go wrong? T57 Heavy coming their way. Base C being capped at the same time. Let's see, we have the Death Star coming. Here's your shop. Now we are at Kolobanov point. Nice. One down. A lot to go. Because they have a lot of HP. Not so much the Kran, but the... There you go. Oh, that is lucky. Big it into the Kran there. Is he still going to take that shot? No, I think he's going to go for the Kran, which, to be fair, makes sense. Because that's the low HP target. I'm not sure if he's still spotted there, but can you imagine the stress of playing this game? Getting to this point. Knowing that it's Kolobanov time. Nice roll. And he didn't get spotted for that. Which makes me wonder where the Kran went. There he is. Low roll. 4k damage, now adding to the pressure. 2 are down to 1 shots. But that is a very healthy T57 Heavy. They're not capping the base though, I'm still surprised at that. Cheeky shot there. The stress of this game. Oh my god. Can he kill the Kran? No. Too hasty. And now he gets spotted again. 880 points. They're still not capping base B. Oh my god. Now they are. But whoever is in there is a one shot. And he should be able to take him. Oh my god, and he does! 935 points! What a game. This is nuts. He's not fixed his tank either. He's saving both fixed kits. Oh, that Kran is the luckiest ever. But we're now at 990. Oh my god, he needs to kill the Kran. That is securing victory here. Why? Why'd you do that again? 995 points. If the Kran dies, then you have the game, but not securing the victory. There we go. Wow. What a insane game. $4.6k. That is not even an ace. That is ridiculous. How is that not an ace? Beautiful game. I'm glad he won that. That was definitely a deserved win. And that was actually one that I hadn't seen yet before. Let's see. What else have I got for you? Oh, so many great replays. Let's see. I'm not sure if I showed this yet. We're about to find out. The WZ110. See. I usually do the same here. He's being pretty aggressive though. Oh. Oh. Ooh, those bounces. Oh, that poor guy. And he didn't get a single shot in. Lovely little assisted damage though. Oh, and he missed that. Again, some more assisted damage for our friend. Just casually farming. And getting some assisted damage. Borsig now arriving. He should be able to take the kill, and he does. Now we have the convoy there, and we have the USU down below, of course. Borsig arriving. Taking a huge chunk of the HP away from the convoy. Reload is quite nice on this tank, actually. Basically, it's sort of like wrong place, wrong time for them. Not for lack of trying. Like, their team is split up, which is not helping their case. Standard B camping on the other side, but it is such a lovely tank. Standard B is one of my more favorite tanks, to be honest. Isu, I should say, finally gone. We have a Yo there that's going to get rushed by the waffle and should be killed. There he goes. 3v2. Kneven. This is again one of those things, I know it's good, I cannot get myself to like it. Waffle also arriving. And there we go. Now it's just a standard B somewhere. We know where he was. It sounds like he's still there because he would just shot the waffle. Yeah, there he is. Nope, no sniper mode. Technically speaking, the standard B should definitely have this. Especially after those bounces. Or misses. It's such a lovely tank. I was just gonna say, it would make more sense to go on the left side because you actually have more support there from the waffle. See, these are the games where I would be in sniper mode already. Cheeky! Well done. But yeah, standard B is trying to hightail it out of there. Oh, HE derp. And he's trying to do his best, but I'm not sure why he's not engaging. Of course, now the waffle is almost with him, but he had all the advantages here. He's a standard B. Or that fire, though. That did get fixed. Let's see if they can catch him. They don't have a lot of time left, otherwise they have to go to the base. But they will probably catch him. I would have gone down the other ramp. Because I reckon he's continued already. There he is. There we go. Cheeky little game. $4k damage, 4 kills. Nice little ace. Should give this tank a try as well at some point. See, the thing is that these days I free XP pretty much everything. And that is because I'm too lazy to grind everything. And that definitely helps with getting tanks quickly, but at the same time you don't really get to know the tanks before that. Let's see, how long do we have left? 6, well, yeah, it should be enough for one more replay. That is that I need to decide which one though. I think I haven't watched this one yet. T71. Or I might have actually, I'm not sure. T71 is again one of those things that I barely ever drive. This is one of those tiers where if I want to drive something, it would not be this. I would just pretty much, I would take a Dracula or Annihilator or a Smasher. Would be unlikely that I would pick this tank. There's plenty of nice tanks in tier 7. Also depends on whether I'm solo or in the toon, to be honest. Oh, showing your bum to a T49. Oh god, that only barely missed him. It's a bit panicky here. That was very lucky. Let's see. And now he's going to reload. Oh, he might be able to clip him. No, he doesn't. Because he's hiding a bit too far. But we have a T-44 there. And he might be very clippable. Oh, that is unpennable. That's an issue on its own. That might work. There you go. Nice little shots. T-49 is almost gone. So is the AT-15. But there goes the Tiger. See, the accuracy is quite nice on this thing though. He's just casually farming a little bit. And then reloading again. But he has to be careful with that IS-5, which he can barely hit. Exactly, Professor Agassi. Agassi just said that basically he should have pushed the standard B, should have pushed the W's that, because he could have taken the hits at that time, but in the end he lost way too much HP for no real reason, to be honest. RU's up top. They're all just camping. There's the AT. A little bit too hasty there. Might make him lose a good chunk of HP. No, he's actually missing, which is helpful. You should have this. There you go. Now it's just a T-25 AT and the RU. They're both focusing on him though. He does take a hit for that. And they're all just camping. Which is a bit frustrating. Bait really wishes he had some help. He's doing his best to spot them up. C now being taken. Ooh, there's the AT. Sorry, yeah, the AT. There you go, and now it's just the RU left. He could potentially just go for that, to be honest. Especially since he's still there. Oof. Borsig is coming though. And they're actually missing him, oh my god. The campers, I mean. Let's see. We don't have that much time left. It's about time he got killed. There we go. To be fair, they were separated for a long time. The standard B could have easily won that game. Cheeky little game here. A bit potato-ish in the teammates there. But it worked out in the end. And the room invite should be up in about a minute, I believe. Yeah, just about a minute. That's beautiful. So now we just need to wait for that. And then we get to see Rejects versus Aqua. I can't even say Aqua because it's not Aqua, it's Aqua. Aqua. Which is like when you have Appa versus Aqua. That's really tricky with basically calling the names and everything. Totally not confusing. Totally not sounding similar. And there we go. Room invite. We go in, we ready up, and we leave. And then we wait until the time is dropped below 3 minutes before we go into the room again. Sorry, it's been a long week. One and a half minutes left before we can go into the room. I am excited about this match. You also have to wonder always, like, with what mentality do teams arrive here. Like, Aqua hasn't played yet today, so they're arriving fresh for the fight. At the same time, they haven't played yet today, so they're not yet into the game. Like, I'm not sure if you guys have that, but for me, when I'm playing, it always takes me a game or two just to get into it, so to speak. And I can imagine that's the same for basically the same for tours and tour players. At the same time though, we have Rejects that just lost against Appa, was so close to the grand finals, had a 2-0 advantage and then lost. So that's also got to be a not just a physical blow but also a mental blow. But yeah, now we're just waiting 20 seconds before we can go into the room. After this matchup, we will know who is going to face Appa in the grand finals. And those we will see tomorrow, and I will be happy to say that I get to commentate on those together with Fujit. So that's going to be amazing. Really looking forward to that. But yeah, that's tomorrow. First, we have to see who Appa will meet there. Into the room we go. We have Aqua together with Rejects. Rejects now ready for Nube with an AMX 54, a VK72, an IS7, a 60p, and 3 Steves. With 2.5 minutes left to go, so that's still plenty of time. And Aqua is still deciding what to take. We also see a VK72 making an appearance on that side, together with some Steves and E5 so far. Also, for those that don't know, Aqua Aura, as in if it would be a U rather than a V, it's actually a really pretty gemstone. And there we go. We see E5, we see AMX 54s, we see Steves. Wonder what Svinograd and Ghosty will ready up in. They've just under 2 minutes left to go, so there's still plenty of time. There's nowhere near the 10 seconds that we've seen in previous games. Two AMX 54s now, two Steves and E5, a VK72, and potentially a Type 71. Let's see. I'm not sure if they're changing around equipment or... There we go. He's readied up. See, this is the thing with the Type 71. Because of the different equipment that it has, you can make it either more mobile or you can make it basically work ridge lines better. And that's always a bit tricky. You have to decide which role you want the tank to take. Because mobility can help a lot, but so can gun depression. A lot depends on the map. On a map like this, I would kind of expect it to be more, basically, more mobility rather than gun depression. If you had a map like that rule, which isn't in this pool, but that rule would probably be more gun depression. But that's purely me. I'm not pro. They are. No, I'm not teaching any spells level 2. countdown clock has begun. We're getting into the very first game of this matchup. Again, a best of 7. Team that reaches 4 victories first is the one that takes on Appa tomorrow in the grand finals. Anything can still happen. And let's see. Gegen wir los. We have Aqua heading a bit in multiple directions here. But mostly holding, not actually going for the base. Shooting down the wall though. C is being taken by rejects. And they are pushing through. Looking to see who is there. So far, Rejects has a point advantage. They have a base advantage. No one's been spotted yet. Aside from General now. And oh, Svinograd is in a tricky position. Has to be careful. Has to angle multiple ways. And they're losing a lot of HP very quickly. He's getting shot at. And now we have Svinograd steadily being farmed here. Aqua has to make a move. Has to move on, push on. They are pushing the VK72, but at the same time, Svinograd is being farmed more. Flytix now in a tricky position though, has basically moved 2 forwards here. He gets taken out. He's the first gun gone. Svinograd gets to survive a little bit longer. And now we have Rejects pushing in, forcing Aqua to pull back. And now we have, there goes under. We have Coil, not looking too healthy. KB has been taken out. Svinograd is still alive, if barely. Schlobin, also not too healthy. Playmaker got tracked, but Ghosty goes down. General. It is 4v4. And we have Zerd going after Coil. Needing to take that kill. And he does take that. Get shot for it. Playmaker. Svinograd gets taken out. Old School is not the one that kills Playmaker here. 3v3. General 2v2. And it's basically right now, Rejects has the point advantage. They have the base advantage, but now Old School missing that shot. Zerd being pushed on. And we have Engatsu still alive, if barely. He's almost reloaded. He is... Oh no, he does not get to take that shot. Zerd will land that shot. Old School will arrive to take him out. And Zerd survives with 9 HP. What on earth? Oh my god. And the first game is for Aqua. Brutal game looked to be going the other way, to be honest. Like, with the way that Svinograd got called out and then ended up crossing over, losing HP like that. It almost looked to be going exactly the wrong way there. But between Zerd and Old School, they're taking all the kills here. And they made it work. So now for the second match on New Bay, we've got Aqua getting ready with 2 Steves, 2 AMXs, nice for a Type 71 and potentially an E5 again. Leaving the VK72 behind. On Reject side we see an extra one appearing. We see 1 AMX 54, 2 VK72s, 1 Type 71 and 3 Street Wagons. $52 seconds left to go. Zerd still has to ready up. May not have decided what to drive yet. Maybe telling people, ooh, Zerd is taking a Super Conqueror now. 40 seconds left to go. KB now. There you go. Everyone is readied up. We're ready to go into the match. And then we'll see what happens. Like I said, just to reiterate, if you want to get rewards, you need to watch through the portal. You need to make sure that you are logged in. You need to make sure that you've accepted your cookies and that you clicked away the pop-up. If you watch from the beginning, you should be at around, you should be starting your 5th grade now. The time before it dies. And here we go. Also like the totally like standard avatars that are being used here. On Aqua's side, guys. And here we go. Aqua focusing on the base C side. The VKs and the AMX heading towards base B for rejects. And we have Svinograd and Ender going for the base, or maybe just driving through. No, driving through. Zert is probably going to be the one to cap it then. First shots have been taken. Flytix has been spotted. They're shooting away the walls to make sure that... That is cheeky though, look at that. They're making sure that no one can hide behind there. And they're getting shot at multiple times but not getting hit as he pulled back in time. And now we have Aqua lying in wait. They have base C. They're not taking base B. We have Tonikawa moving around to go for base A. Base B is uncontested right now. Shots are being fired. No damage has been done. They're still shooting down the walls. See, this is the thing though. If you're a tank and you're hiding here, you would be not visible behind the wall. By shooting down those walls, Aqua is ensuring that no one is hiding there. It gives them basically less opportunity to get snuck up on from the base B side. So now Tonikawa is moving back towards his team. So far, pretty much no damage has been done. The only one that might have taken any damage here is... And then the only reason that I see that is because he's missing a tiny bit of his... No, now a bit more. Of his HP bar, I was gonna say. So there's 4 tanks lying in wait on that side. There's 4 tanks lying in wait on this side. Aqua has the point advantage. There's a building over there that I can't fly through. And near the donut, they are holding. And it will be up to rejects to make a move here. We have the street wagons on the ramp, and they're getting spotted again. Playmaker moving forwards, being very careful because they don't know where everyone else is. They can guess, but they don't know. And they don't know if Ender is alone or if he's got a lot of friends with him. But like I said, it will be up to rejects to make a move here because they're at the point disadvantage. And this is the thing, we saw a similar game yesterday on Vineyards where Aqua was just dug in, very patiently waiting to get targets to have the other team push them. And now we have Ukrainian Leo that got spotted. And there is still the only one that's spotted from Aqua. They don't know if he's alone or not. They don't know where the other 6 are. And this is very cheeky. Flytix also spotted. And Getsu crossing over to that side. Ukrainian Leo spotted again. They know that there's multiple tanks there. They're not stupid. They both know from each other that there's multiple tanks there. But right now, I'm just flying around because literally nothing is happening. The only thing here is that I think that Ender is trying to bait them into pushing him, making him believe that he's the weakest link because he seems to be alone. Because these two aren't spotted. Svinograd is not spotted. And the rest isn't spotted either. Lines of fire happening. No damage being done though. Now if Dengatsu getting tracked. But not taking any damage for it. Svinograd taking a big hit there. Base B now being taken. That trap did not go quite as well as they had hoped. They can't really reset the base. Svinograd losing more HP there. And now they also know that there's people in the middle. Schlobin has been spotted. And now we have, there you go, Rejects is responding. Is pushing down the middle. Well, not quite. They're holding. They want Svinograd though. It's hard to spectate with all these buildings. And now there's a push happening on both sides. Svinograd is the preferred target here. Is being massacred basically. Gets taken out there by Playmaker. And is going to take huge hits here. Is still alive but barely. Currently has 21 HP. Base C is being kept. Now we have the AMX 54s arriving. Tony Kawa gets taken out. And we have Ender. Oof. Ender and Ghosty both go down. And now we have Rejects having 3 bases. That's a huge advantage. These shots when they went into base B. The shots from Aqua. Not oof, Zerg gets set on fire and get killed. This is definitely Rejects' game. Aqua mayhaps... Oof, they do get a kill in the end. Getting a fire back there. But the game is full Rejects. And the shots not penning as they try to go into base B. And then there's too much armor. And actually pushing on one side, forcing the reaction on the other side. Sort of what sealed the deal. Because Rejects had all the advantage after they got base B. And now the score is 1-1. Again, anything can still happen. Let's have a look. Now Aqua is getting ready for Middleburg. With 2 Steves, 2 E5s, an LT, potentially a third E5 and a mouse. There we go. And Rejects is getting ready with an AMX 54, a Kranwagen, a nice full, a mouse, a Super Conqueror, potentially a VK 72, and a Steve. Ooh, not a VK 72. It is 2 AMX 54s, a Kranwagen, potentially 2 IS4s, no, it's a IS4 and a 113, a mouse and a Super Conqueror. And let's see. This is going to be interesting though. Might be mouse v mouse in the city. But where will everyone else go? Because it's not likely for the mouse to go hill, to be honest. And the thing is, the very patient game that just happened might have just been a bit too patient. But here we go. 3rd game of this best of 7. And let's see who's going to take advantage here. As in, advantage as in getting a point and stuff like that. Just to explain. Aqua focusing entirely on the city side. Aside from Svinograd, who's lining up in Gatsu. So they know that there's someone there. He doesn't spot the people going into the hills. But he might have to be careful there, because if he's going there, he might not be able to escape. But he's taking a position where he can see where everyone is. Zerd taking base A. Ooh, lines of fire into the base, but he's not getting spotted. He's not getting shot there. He might still take a hit now, though, if they still blind fire that position. No, he manages to escape. And we have Svinograd driving around there. Ooh, going into the hill. That's a boost. Well, it's not a boost. It's a position he's getting to on his own. But that is a tricky position, though. Look at that. Wonder how that's going to go. Coil going for the cap. He's not going to get reset from there. He's not spotted. And he's nicely behind the ridge. It does get... Ooh, that did get a land a shot there. That is such a cheeky position, though. Aqua has about 140 point advantage. Thing is that Svinograd will pretty much be stuck there, though. We now have the mouse heading into the hills. And all of Aqua is following. And they're not going to see that. This is... Shots are being fired. The mouse is actually arriving first. Svinograd is dropping down. And they're being careful not to knock down trees here. This is the thing. I've said this before, but I'll explain it again. If you knock down a tree, you're betraying your position. So when people knock down trees, it's often done on purpose. Or exactly to... Well, if it's a mistake, then it gives away their position. Zerd very carefully moving forwards here. Using the rocks to not get spotted. Coil is spotted now, Zerd is spotted. We have a mouse in the hill. And he is pushing in. They don't know yet where everyone else is, though. We see lines of fire happening. Base C now being stolen. Zerd immediately taking a big hit here. And now we have Aqua pushing. The fire off KB losing a lot of HP for that. Rejects is properly dug in. Base C has been taken. But these shots are not going in. Coil now taking a lot of damage, but now we have Ngatsu shooting Ender. Ender is the preferred target here. This might have been a bit of overconfidence. Ender is not going to survive, but he goes down at the same time that Coil does. They're sort of ignoring the Kranwagen right now, going after the juiciest tank. General is very low on HP, set on fire, which is not going to help him either. And Ngatsu is reloading to make sure that he's gonna be able to take the kill. And Ngatsu almost gone as well. Old school, not too healthy. Base A has been taken. Base C is being stolen again. Old school, not looking too healthy. We have Playmaker arriving at the back. It is 5v4, but it's going to be 4v4. And now we have Zerd. Flytix, reverse side scraping here. Does still get taken out though. Zerd in the mouse, very low on HP. And we have basically a ring around the little bit of wall here. But Aqua actually already won on points. Oh my god. That's the thing though, I can get so caught up in all that's happening. And I know the bases are switching sides, I actually just forget to look at the actual points. And Aqua just had this barely, as in the points, the base was being capped and everything. But they still made it to the chime. Beautiful little game. And now we have Rejects taking a very interesting team. But so is Aqua. Look. Look at these lineups though. 4 Mouse, a VK72, an AMX54, and an LT. Versus 3 VK72s potentially, an IS4, a Type 71 and 2 Steves. Oh my god. 5 mice, 1 Earth. This, yeah. Technically speaking, it could still work as well. That's the ridiculous thing. That much armor can be very tough to pen. What on earth are they doing? Slowbin now, unreadying. Yeah, let's just take another super. Okay, so now it's 2 VK72s, 4 Mouse, and an LT. That's gonna make things very tricky though. Like I said, it can work. But it's very tricky. "12 seconds left before we go into the 4th match of this best of 7. And let's have a look. Here we go. All that German steel though, you've got to wonder. And I mean, imagine, you see this lineup. What's going through your head? That's gotta be like, WTF, mate? Oh my god. Old school going to the corner. We have Svinograd going for base B. And they kind of have to cap early now. They have to go for that. But now, Rejects is going to push straight on through. He gets spotted. He does take a hit for that. So does Engatsu. And he has to be careful. He's going to take hits more. No, he gets tracked there. Oh, and he takes another hit. And Ender is not wanting to be there either. Shots are being fired and all of them are doing damage. Ghosty in a tricky position. I'm not sure that that's what you meant to do though. And now we have that shot not penning either. And face hugging the mouse, basically blocking Ukrainian Leo. Zerd is in trouble. Coil in the hill, doing good work here. Tonikawa gets taken out. I always say don't focus the mouse, but you have no other tanks. What should you focus? Big hits into Ukrainian Leo, and they're also losing a lot of HP. Zerd is barely alive. And Gatsu, lots of HP being lost everywhere. Zerd and Ghosty both get taken out. Ander goes down to fire. Ukrainian Leo is gone. Svinograd does manage to take that hit. And Gatsu is gone. 4v4. They kind of need to take out the cheeky little light tank though. Old school, literally being pushed around here. There's not much he can do. Svinograd is being pushed by Slobin. Old school takes out Playmaker. Is set on fire. Is barely alive. Might still get a shot in. Svinograd goes down first though. It is 3 versus 3. Lots of HP though. Flighty. Oof. Old school goes down. 2v3. General taking big risks here. KB being pushed. He takes out Flytix. Now we have Steve versus LT. 2v2. Anything can still happen. 2 German super heavies. And they kind of have to push and they kind of have to hold. And this is very tricky. Because if he pushes there, and Slobin has that shot, which is what he's not looking in that direction. I'm not sure about you guys, but my heart is like beating in my throat here. This game though, what on earth? General gets spotted. They know that he's still there. They don't know where Coil is, but they can guess if he got spotted on that side. Oh, he manages to cross over. But now we have General going into the base. They need to be very careful. KB needs to be very careful. Base B is now being kept. KB has not been spotted. Has to be careful. Pulls back. General is spotted. Almost has the base. Now if slow been moving, it's actually sort of trapped because that allows General to get shot there. He is being farmed. He needs to not be there. Coil. And now I have Slobin in a position where he can take this. And they can sense that. They know that that's gonna happen. Oh. And that's pretty much their only chance. KB pulling back to make sure that that doesn't happen. KB needs to hit this shot. That is the thing. They don't know where Coil is. But if Coil gets the shot in first, that's the end. Ooh. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. Oh god, this is so intense though. KB pulling back. That is a very tricky spot to pull back to though. He could get shot from the long side there. I wouldn't stay there. He is pre-aiming in that direction. Does not shot, does not get spotted. The HP though, I mean, KB is the preferred target. Coil is going to arrive at the middle. Oh, he hits that and he survives that. Oh my god, he does go down. They both have a corpse. They're both trying to troll each other. General has to be so careful here. They both do. 12 HP versus 72 HP. He's being told not to risk it. They have 1 minute left. They can spot each other. They can keep each other spotted. As long as they survive. 50 seconds left. Aqua will win on points. If the timer drops to 0. Oh my god though. He just needs to not fire. 33 seconds left to 32 seconds. Oh my god, this is so intense. 25. He's daring him. He's daring him to shoot. Oh my god, he got it! What a freaking game this was though. Holy crap. This game. Whew. Insane. Absolutely insane. This. Mwah. Chef's kiss. Hats off to you guys. Honestly, what a fantastic game. So close. Down to the wire. Down to the last few seconds. Absolutely amazing. And now, Aqua is up for match points. If they win the next game on Castilla, then they are through to the grand finals. I'm not even playing. My hands are shaking right now. Holy shit. Oh, pardon my French. What an insane game. Absolutely nuts. Absolutely fantastic. 50 seconds left to go before we go into potentially the last game of the evening. We have Aqua getting ready with the Type 71, a Sheridan, an IS-7, 2 Steves, an E5 and an LT versus 4 TVPs because, yeah, why not? two Steves and potentially a Batchat. That is bat something crazy. Svinda got unreadying, now he's readied up again. The thing is though, if all those TVPs manage to hit their shots just right, they're absolutely deadly. Oh my god though, that last game. That was intense. And here we go. Whew. Freaking awesome, honestly. And let's see. With all those TVPs, you gotta be scared of where they're going. And they're all heading towards the base A side. And I think it's safe to say that Aqua will be changing what they meant to do. Just to see what's going on, what's going to happen, where those TVPs will be. Base A is being kept. Svinograd not spawning them. Now Engatsu has been spotted. They know someone is there. Shot fired at Ukrainian Leo, but it doesn't pen. Oh, big hit into Engatsu there though. They did cap base A, but they lost about half a tank. Zerd going up the ramp there. More shots being fired, but no one is there. Zerd moving in. Get spotted. They know that there's people there. They don't know exactly where though. And Gatsu moving back to the corner. And no one has kept the base for Aqua here. And they're holding. Svinograd dropping down. And he might try to take base C. That's going to be very tricky, especially after Ender has been spotted now. And he's not going to the bush. He's sitting right in the middle there. Zerd takes a bit of a hit. Svinograd gets hit, but that's pure luck. He needs to move though. He's not been spotted. But they guessed where they needed to shoot. Svinograd manages to not... Oof, he does take another hit there though. Before deciding not to be there anymore. Playmaker takes a bit of a hit. Actually, I thought that we would get a hyper-aggressive game here by Rejects. Because they have so many clippers. Because they have so many juicy tanks. Svinograd going back to the corner. Ghosty going in to potentially take base A. Or at least to troll cap it. Has to be very careful. Big hits into Ukrainian Leo. Has to be careful not to lose a lot of HP with that though. He gets tracked. Gets tracked again. And he gets tracked again. Oh my god. He does get another shot in. But he might not. Ooh, he manages to escape alive. But that cost him a lot of HP. Ukrainian Leo is gone though. Zerd still holding. Ghosty now moving up. Zerd has to be careful. He is steadily being farmed. And he needs to reposition. He does land another shot. But now we have... Flytix has been taken out. Base A is being taken. Aqua is gaining control back. But now we have Ender and Zerd both being pushed. Playmaker. No, it's Coil actually that gets the kill. Now Ender is alone versus 3. He does get another shot in. making Tonikawa lose more HP, and now the rest of Aqua is arriving, and there goes down. Playmaker not looking too healthy. Old School takes a hit for that. Playmaker goes down. 2 bases for Aqua. Ghosty has been taken out. 4v4. Coil in a tricky position. KB moving in, taking a hit, getting tracked. He's actually focusing on Tonikawa there. Actually gets hit more. Is set on fire. And they both go down, leaving it 3v3. And we have Engatsu barely alive, but with still 3 shots left. Thing is though, Aqua now has 2 bases. They don't need to do a thing. General is capping to add insult to injury. Old School taking a peek. And now we have Slobin. Oh, manages to stay alive, but just barely. 832 points for Aqua now. 3v3. Svinograd looking pretty healthy. Staying on top of the hill. If he gets a target, he will be able to shoot them. Shots are being fired. And Gatsu gets spotted. Gets taken out. So does Slobin. And he... Oh! Old School still goes down. Tonikawa survives, but Aqua has the match. And is in the grand finals tomorrow versus Appa. Fantastically played. Really well done. Absolutely fantastically played, all of it. I think that's Ghosty, voting everyone except himself. But honestly, fantastically played also by Rejects tonight. It's been amazing matches so far. Basically, I've seen Rejects play earlier this season, and even though they lost against Appa, now they lost against Aqua. It's been phenomenal to watch them play. They've done so well as well. And now we see all the votes happening. I like that. But yeah, that's the last of the tour games tonight. Tomorrow, of course, I will be back with the grand finals. But for now, that means that I have about 20 minutes to show you some replays. And let's see what have I got for you. Actually going to show you an insane game that I can't believe was won. This game, Yege, was my very first tier 10, which was why it was interesting to see it. But you will see near the end, I'm like, how did he even win this? When I first started grinding this tank, it was purely because of the gun noise at the time. I really liked it, and that's... I wanted it because of that. But all the games, like, they've been... Some of the games have been so close. That game on Middleburg is literally the most insane game I've seen in tours in a long, long time. Holy crap. Let's see. So he's just not really holding back here. Casually going up. Figures almost making that not happen. But getting 700 damage in for the first shot is nice. There's a bit of a discussion in chat currently about the chat being off in the EU. To be honest, I miss saying hello. And I miss saying things like stay alive. I do not miss the toxicity in the chat. It's actually been quite relaxing. And not distracting anymore. Because when someone is spamming the chat, even when it's with helpful advice, it's distracting. But even when they're spamming toxicity, you kind of need to pay attention and see what they're saying and everything. Because it could be useful. And then it's incredibly distracting. Because the thing is that, yes, chat was also used for useful things, but like, let's say about 90% of it, maybe 85%, was just pure toxicity. And of course, it's not all solved now, because right now, when I'm playing, I get just the toxicity in DM instead, so that's not really helpful either. Cheeky little shot there. But yeah, I miss the good sides of the chat. I do not miss the bad sides, and I'm not missing it as much as I thought it would. I actually would like to be able to say hello. Like, I would like a quick command that allows me to say hello to either my team or the other team. Just to be polite. See, they're not stupid. They're not peeking out like that. But it's a juicy grill. And a not so juicy Yege. And he's like hesitant to shoot, which is a good move, to be honest. And now we're in a Kolobanov situation. Like, usually if you were TD and you're in a Kolobanov situation, you're effed. That is the unlikeliest tank type to win in. That was definitely helpful though. Because you basically have no turret, you tend to not have much mobility. It kind of depends on which TD you're driving, mind you. Like, if you're mobile and can relocate quickly and all of that, it might still work. But it is tricky. But especially when you're in a slow cumbersome TD like this, I was sure that he would lose this. And yes, that's the other thing. Aside from the toxicity, it was also like not really used to... they didn't really listen anyway. Shots like that would piss me off at this stage so much though. And what he does now, this really surprised me. I thought that he was absolutely dead right now. Taking shots from both sides. But then, this is map knowledge. And yes, Ivan, which is his name, is insanely good. So he's using this little hill here, and the rock. And he still takes hits. And he does not really have a choice here. And he's not risking the shot because he knows he needs to make sure that he pens them. That shot bounced, which is important. So now that the IS-4 is about a 2-shot. And he's a 1-shot. So he has to be very careful. He has to somehow bounce the shots, which he does one. And now the IS-4 is a 1-shot. And he's still a 1-shot. So he still has to be careful. And his reload is a lot longer than that of the IS-4. And then that happened, and it did no damage, and I was like, oh my god, that's the end, that's the end. And then he still... Then he does this! And I'm like, oh my god! How? He's not making it easy. He's not playing badly at all. And then he gets him. And with near 7k damage and 4 kills, he manages to win the cold battle situation here. So yeah, no one is literally the name of the guy in the chat. Just said, but now once you die, you can't help team at all without chat. Which, yes, I agree, you can't. But at the same time, again, most of the time it was used to spam profanities. Or to just literally spam the chat full. So that part I'm not really missing. But I would like more quick commands to allow for more communication. Like without chat, you do need more quick commands. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what changes. From what I understood at the time at least, wargaming didn't mean this to be a permanent solution because it's not actually a solution. But it's a temporary solution that got rid of the toxic chat as that quickly. I showed this yesterday as well. But if I remember, that was a pretty insane game as well, so I want to show it again. Liberty, I should say, from Bat, who have also streamed this season. But yeah, I missed the chat in the way that I missed like being able to say hello to friends and stuff. Like I said, I do not miss the toxicity. I've sent multiple tickets today for getting basically verbally assaulted in DM after a game. That was actually quite nuts. I had a game where I was in the Object 752. I did 5k damage exactly, which was funny on its own, but I did 5k damage exactly. Did more than triple what the guy below me, as in damage-wise, did. And I got crossed at in DM afterwards and called incompetent and a moderate player and everything. It's just ridiculous. So yes, I did report that guy. To be honest, that guy had a 28% win rate, which makes me feel that he was definitely a troll. Because you have to try hard to get that lower win rate. But it's kind of like, there's so many instances where I feel like it's not bad to not have chat. At the same time, you also miss the good points, but I'm not sure. I haven't set my messages to friends only yet because I want to be able to talk to people and I feel that people should be able to reach me. But at the same time, it is very tempting because it is a lot more peaceful without. But yeah, even if the chat stays gone, I hope that Wargaming will at least give it back to tools and training rooms because it's needed there. And it's a very different thing than in the whole general game chat, basically. In-game chat, I should say. But yeah, I do miss being able to say well done if the team wins and everything. I never say GG to the enemy team because that's one of the most condescending things you could ever say. I can't believe that penned. It's 2v4. Oh yes, I remember this game. This was an insane game as well. So yes, I don't regret streaming this again. Of course, that's also when the shot. Derps. Let's see. Now he's alone v4. That is always a very tricky situation. Even if you're mad, you can run around. It's not supremacy. You have no basically pressure in that way. Not against you, but also not working in your favor. He is full HP, but so is the Minotauro. And they're not all that unhealthy. And that's an issue. That's the tricky thing here. You don't know where they are. They have a lot more guns than you do. And you somehow have to make it work. Let's see. He's just hoping someone's going to come down that corner. To be fair, this is basically a thing. In my opinion, Wargaming could have easily handled this a lot better by handing out harsher punishment for toxic people. And just making them pay more, basically. Because so far there's been so much crap that people have been able to say to each other without any real consequences. Poop Bun does not get another shot in. That is definitely helpful, because if that guy manages to clip you, you've lost most of your HP. So now he's heading back. Or not quite. But yeah. Like, I do understand the frustration with the chat and all, mind you. It was useful, it was there for a reason. But it kind of reminds me of, you know that saying, "This is why we can't have nice things"? Reminds me a lot of that. He's just trolling that Minotauro so hard here. And he's just being very OP. This is basically this and this aim and stuff like that. This is a pro player. This is a literal pro player. And it makes so much difference. He does spot him there, but he can't shoot him there. And we don't know where the STB is at this stage. What skill-based matchmaking? That's literally not a thing though. Which I'm very grateful for. There's the STB. But he's not moving. And that tracking shot actually helped him, I think. There's not that much time left. And he's just casually getting the shots in. And he's got so much HP left. 29 seconds. And this, to be honest, is the luckiest thing. I'm pretty sure that if this hadn't happened, then he would have probably lost this. But the STB went AFK. And that allows him to win this ridiculous game. 1v4. $6.1k damage. Like I said, by the way, timers deactivate at 10 past, which is 7 minutes from me. By the time you hear this, it will be 4 minutes. So I'm going to show you one more replay after we've seen that delicious game. And that is another insane game where I was like, how did he even... What? So I think that that's a good one to end on. I showed it yesterday as well. Let's see. If you watched from the beginning, by the way, you should have all the timers filled. I've now taken the screen of my iPad to show that I should have gotten it all. And the reason that I do that is because yesterday I did not get any crates. And I want to submit a ticket if that happens again. So yeah, that's my advice to you. Take a screenshot of as proof of the rewards you should get, just in case you don't get them. But yeah, it's been an insane evening. We've seen some absolutely fantastic matches. tomorrow we get to see Aqua versus Appa in the grand finals for the winter season. And I'm really looking forward to that as well. Commiserations to TQT and commiserations to Rejects. You've both been phenomenal. I like how he's exposing his lower frontal plate like that. And this is the only thing that bugged me with this game. That at no point did he cap base C. The scent is gone. His teammate lost a lot of HP very quickly there. Like in these instances, I would have so been capping the base. Nice little bounce there. So far his teammate is still alive. See, now he's driven out of the base again. That's the thing. Like for me, that's the only mistake he makes in my opinion here. But there's like, this is such an insane game again. It's kind of like the Yege game all over again, but different. Let's see. Emu arriving. So far done nearly 3k damage. You have the super Hellcat there. But that shot hit the ground. Nicely farming now, nearly 4k so far. Can you tell I'm tired? It's always at some point I sort of feel like I'm running out of things to say. And this is just an epic game. He turns around because they know the Helsing is there. And because the Helsing doesn't actually pull back, he actually instantly dies. Which is very needed. And he's still not capping the base. But he's done 4k damage. It is basically now that guy is dying so hard, which was absolutely unnecessary. So now it's 2v4. And he's just trying to troll him. Still no base has been capped. And they have to be careful. They need to get all the kills in. Spaghetti going into the corner. And there we have the Emil. And let's see. Yeah, this is definitely the... By the time you hear this, the timers will have already stopped. He's a bit too forwards here. A bit too eager. And it makes sense that he tries to do this. And he does get the kill that he needs. But he loses his teammate as he does this. And this is the thing. This is when he did this, I was like, oh god, that's not gonna end well. But give it a second. See what he does. He's between a rock and a hard place. And he's trying to survive this. Spaghetti moving from there, I think is actually what saved him the game in this case. Because now we have the Super Hellcat arriving as well. That shot was so needed and would have only, if the Spaghetti had stayed on the other side of the river, it would have made all the difference. That shot missing though, and then that shot bouncing. They're both one-shots for each other. And he is so lucky, that Hellcat. Nice little bounce. Emil does not get that shot in from there. Nearly. And there we go. We end the stream with a Resanii A 5.2k damage game in tier 8. Ridiculous. Lovely little Ace, lovely little Colo and Raz. Fantastically done. Absolutely insane game. And I think that that's definitely a good one to end on. All in all, fantastic games today. Again, commiserations to Rejects for being knocked out. But you still came third in the season, and that's definitely something to be very proud of. I will be back tomorrow to stream the grand... Well, not on my channel. I will be on the official channel together with Fujit to give you commentary for the grand finals. But for now, I thank you all for watching. Wish you all a very good night. And I'll see you hopefully all tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye bye.